The highway was silent that night, except for the endless hiss of rain. Dark clouds pressed low against the sky, and the forest on either side leaned close, its shadows twisting in the headlights. A young couple drove through that silence, their voices hushed, their eyes heavy with exhaustion. It had been hours since they'd passed another car, hours since they'd seen a single light in the distance. It was the kind of road that made you feel like the last two people left alive in the world. The man gripped the wheel tighter, knuckles pale. The woman rested her head against the window, watching rain chase itself down the glass. Her breath fogged the pain in soft clouds, and for a moment she thought she saw something in the tree line. A shape, tall, too tall. It was gone in the next flash of lightning. She said nothing. The silence between them was broken only by the wipers, dragging back and forth in a slow, tired rhythm. And then, a jolt. The car lurched violently, a sickening thud rolling through the frame. The steering wheel fought against his hands. The man cursed under his breath. As the vehicle pulled hard to the right, he eased it onto the shoulder. The hazard lights clicked on, casting their dull orange pulse into the storm. A flat tire. Of all nights, of all places. The man sighed, forcing a reassuring smile for her. "I'll take care of it," he muttered. But she heard the hesitation in his voice, the unease. He stepped out into the storm. The door slammed shut behind him. Rain soaked him instantly, pounding against his jacket, running in cold streams down his face. He crouched beside the wheel, hands fumbling with the jack. His breath came in ragged clouds. Every sound seemed amplified, the metallic clank of tools, the hiss of rain, the hammering of his heart. And underneath it all, a smell. Something foul, wet fur and decay. Seeping from the tree line, the woman stayed in the car, eyes locked on the forest. Her fingers gripped the steering wheel until her knuckles turned white. At first, it was nothing, just shadows dancing between trees. But then, she saw them. Shapes, moving, circling, too tall to be men, too broad to be wolves. Something in between. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. She rubbed her eyes, convinced she was only imagining it. When she looked again, there were more. Dozens of them. Her chest tightened, her breath fogged the glass in frantic bursts. She tapped the window, trying to get his attention. But the rain swallowed the sound. The man froze before the tire, because he had heard it. A growl. Low. Guttural. Hungry. It cut through the storm like a blade. His head turned slowly, and in that flash of lightning, he saw it. Yellow eyes, burning in the dark, and then it stepped forward. Massive, bent like a man but covered in fur matted with rain. A snout, lined with jagged teeth, arms too long, claws that scraped the pavement as it moved. The Dogman. The woman screamed as claws raked down the car door. Metal shrieked. The man stumbled back, dropping his tools. His heart slammed against his ribs. More eyes appeared. One became two. Two became four. They poured from the tree line, shapes both man and beast, surrounding him in a tightening circle. The man's breath came fast, shallow. He turned in every direction, but there was no way out. Dozens of glowing eyes fixed on him. He dropped to his knees. Not from choice, but because his legs would no longer hold him. He bowed his head, the rain plastering his hair to his face. Submission. The Dogman stopped, watching, waiting. Inside the car, the woman sobbed into her hands. The beasts pressed their snouts against the glass. Breath fogged the windows. Claws traced slow, deliberate lines down the panes. The car rocked as one climbed onto the roof. The weight bent the metal, groaning under the strain. Rainwater cascaded off its body, sliding down the windshield like rivers of blood. She whispered prayers into the steering wheel. "Please, please don't break the glass." But they didn't. They only watched. Their growls low, their heads tilting in eerie unison, like wolves debating whether the kill was worth it. and then silence. The growls faded. The claws withdrew. The pressure on the roof eased. One by one, the dogmen stepped back, their glowing eyes retreating into the storm, until only darkness remained. The man stayed kneeling in the road, soaked, trembling, lips moving with words he didn't realize he was speaking. The woman pressed her forehead against the wheel, sobbing with relief, but neither dared to move. Not yet. Finally, he staggered to his feet. He yanked the car door open, collapsed inside, and slammed the lock down. Neither spoke, their eyes wide, their bodies shaking. He turned the key. The engine coughed once, twice, then roared to life. The tires spun water, screeching against the asphalt as the car shot forward into the black highway. Red taillights glowing faint against the mist. Neither of them looked back, but both felt it, the eyes still watching from the trees. They had been spared, but not forgotten. Days passed, then weeks, but the silence between them only grew heavier. The man woke each night in cold sweats, dreams filled with growls and glowing eyes. The woman couldn't drive alone anymore. Every raindrop on the windshield made her heart pound with dread. They avoided that stretch of road. But sometimes, late at night, they swore they still heard it. The sound of claws against glass, the sound of heavy breath just outside. And the worst part, they both knew the truth. The dogman had let them go. But next time, they might not be so merciful.